So I'm going to be showing you guys some of my music cassette collection. Now I've had this collection for, I don't know, maybe 35 years, maybe a little bit more. And some of these were acquired from a friend of mine, but the majority of them are my personal collection that I either bought with my own money, received as gifts from my parents, and a couple of friends. And if you're wondering, yep, they still all play. Back in the day, they said that cassettes wouldn't last, they would deteriorate. That really more had to do with the conditions you kept them in, if it were a hot car, or you just didn't maintain them properly. But all of these work, and I'm not going to go over the entire collection, but I'm going to go over maybe about 7 to 10 in each video. So let's start with this one right here. This right here is Kylie Minogue. This is Kylie. I believe this is her debut album. This was from my friend Mandy. She sent this to me from California. She used to live in the East Bay area, and she had a big collection of cassettes, and she asked me if I was interested, and I said absolutely. This is a little bit cracked, but it still plays fine. Let's move on to the next one. Kool and the Gang, Something Special. Still works. You know, this is copyright 1981, and I believe this was manufactured in 1981. Now, I plan to clean these up. I usually don't keep the cassettes in this condition. I usually keep them in good condition, but still works great. Polygram Records. This Beach Boys album, God, I must have been, I don't know, 6 years old. I was at the store with my mom, and it might have been the mall, and I saw this cassette and I wanted it really bad. I don't know why. I was into the Beach Boys back then, but I sort of put up a little bit of a fit, and she finally gave in and got it for me. But this has a lot of memories associated with it. Again, the fidelity is fine, still plays good. This is copyright 1983. I think we might have got it in 1987. See, back in the day, when you used to get sort of tired of your cassettes, they have these little tabs. It's a Write Protect tab, and what it is, if you put a piece of Scotch tape over it or any other brand tape, you were able to then record over a cassette, and it was high quality because in the 90s and the late 80s, the 90s, they used high quality recording tape, and you used to get a good recording on here. And I believe this is Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. You know, Mark Wahlberg, he used to be a rapper back in the day, and he had a group called the Funky Bunch. And I decided against it, though. See, I put the label on here to be able to write what I was going to put on here, but I took the tape off, and I believe this is still the original recording. Anyways, look it up. There's some sort of corny songs, but there's some good songs on here, too. Now, I don't have the cases for all of my cassettes, but I tried to keep them. This I believe is the first Rap Masters. I don't know if it's Rap Masters Volume 1. It just says Rap Masters. I have the tape somewhere. This is just the case. But I mean, it's got old Master P. I mean, he must have been a teenager, or at least in his early 20s. Mac 10, EPMD, MC Ren. MC Ren was in NWA. Priority Records. They made a lot of these. These were popular. This is near and dear to my heart. Tone Loc, Loked After Dark. This is a classic album. A lot of people know Tone Loc from Wild Thing and Funky Cole Medina, but it's way more than that. This was a funky, West Coast, almost gangster rap album, but he had a really good flow. I mean, this was really loved. I mean, it even had my initials on there, CK. It's turned yellow, but it still plays great. Oh, man, I played the hell out of this thing. This is copyright 1989, and I probably got it in 1989. I was probably about 8 years old. So, Tone Loc, Loked After Dark. Look it up on Spotify. It's awesome. CNC Music Factory. Sort of dance music, world music, pop, R&B, funk, a lot. This has the famous Gonna Make You Sweat. Columbia Records. This is when they started... in the insert, they started putting a full paper in the back here, the card stock, to make it a little bit more professional. But this is copyright 1990, Columbia Records. A lot of these have Dolby HX Pro, a little bit better audio. So that's it for now. I have a lot more here in this collection, in this in this spindle here. And believe it or not, I still have the protective covering that I never peeled off way back then. And I have more, so stay tuned. I hope you guys still collect cassettes. If you have a decent cassette player, they can play at really good audio fidelity. You just got to make sure you have something from the late 80s to the late 90s from a known brand. Yamaha, TIAC, Sony, Pioneer, Iowa. There's a lot of other ones, Nakamichi, a lot of different brands. And you'll be in good shape. All right, stay tuned. Peace.